Tina Bridgerton here, and I want to talk to you a little bit about polarity therapy today. Polarity therapy is an energy-based body work, and the way that I describe it to people sometimes is it's similar to acupuncture without the needles. It was founded by Dr. Randolph Stone, who spent actually all of his life, since the age of 13, developing this work, and it is so deeply profound. It is where I began my career in healing, even though I spent many years prior to that just working with different ways to heal the body naturally, because that's what I believe is that if we can address the core of whatever's going on for us, then we can actually heal the body. And polarity therapy is about bringing the body back into balance so that the body can heal itself. And that's really it. But if you think about the physical body, it's not just the physical body, it's the emotional body. And I believe that had I not received the training and started working with people and received this work myself, that I don't know what today's outcome would be. I've made some really powerful decisions as a result of being very clear in life. And I think that that's the thing that you really want to look at is, as you're moving through your life, are you comfortable with the decisions that you're making? Are you strong in who you are? Do you feel confident? Do you feel that you are in your power? Or do you feel that you are a victim and you're giving your power away? Do you feel you're a victim of circumstance? Do you feel that there are no choices in the matter? And I say in the matter as any matter, just a matter of life. Because that's when it's time to take a look at bringing your energetic systems into balance. And we're working with the energetic systems. Yes, we're working with the chakras. We're also working to bring all the elements into balance. And that is very important. And if I were to just give you a quick theory about what polarity therapy is, it is about space. It's about desire. It's about clarity. It's about the ability to move, to flow with life and not be in the place of resistance. And it's a place to feel grounded and secure in who we are. So what happens to somebody who's receiving this work is they begin to feel as though they are very strong. You want to really feel that you're in your power, that you're in your strength, that you are doing exactly what you came to the planet to do. And that is to live and be in your truth. And too often we are living life from a place of expectation about what other people want us to be and what they want us to do. Because one of the things that was very important to me is that I started in the early part of my training, recognizing how I was living my life and how I felt the need for approval. In other words, what did other people want me to be doing? And what happens is that we end up being a round peg in a square hole. We don't fit. That might be their vision, but it's not ours. And that's a really challenging thing to overcome when your systems are not in alignment. So I want you to just take a look at your life, do a little bit of assessing. Would polarity therapy be beneficial for me? Yes, the work is highly relaxing, but the benefits of it are even deeper than that. And that is why most people who set out to start doing some work on themselves, it's like, oh, you gotta be working on yourself. Yes, you do, because that's evolution, right? Who wants to stay stuck and be in a place of dysfunction for the rest of their life? Nobody does. We all want to be the best that we can be. And how are we going to get there? A big part of how we're going to get there is by releasing the expectations that other people have on us, by accessing our truth, really truly knowing who are we, and then feeling comfortable to put ourselves out into the world as to who we are. I can't stress that enough. How many people are just going through life and looking up who's watching me act like this, who's watching me be like me, who doesn't approve. And if you're living your life like that, that is draining energy. And it's what we call draining life force. You are hardly living. When you can step into the truth of who you are, step into your power and just be you, you are going to bring your individual gifts to the planet. And that's what we're here to do. Okay? So polarity therapy, as I mentioned, is that it is about a positive and negative charge. And if you think about the planet, everything is. And so I see polarity as the polarity is the foundation of everything else. I have studied so many different modalities, and I can tell you that polarity therapy is the foundation of everything else, every other healing modality. And I am ever so grateful to have gone and learned this work and been able to recognize just how powerful it is. So we talk about a positive, negative, and what happens when there's a place of discomfort is this positive and negative charge have come apart. And if you think about when they come together, that's a place of harmonious existence. When they come apart, it feels like it can be chaos, it can be anger, it can be sadness. And yes, those are all human emotions, and you should have human emotions. It does not erase human emotions, but what it does do is that if you have any experience of the past that are not serving you, is it neutralizes the current. So if we can neutralize the current, those experiences no longer run your life. You are not making decisions based on an experience. So it's a new day. And that's really where you want to be. That's where you can access all the potential. That's where you access your highest blueprint. So I do invite you to come in. And again, you can experience one session and you can walk out feeling amazing. Or you can experience what does it feel like when I experience at least 6 sessions. Because I will tell you that you are going to feel very different after 6 sessions. You are going to feel stronger because that's what it does. When your energetic systems are in alignment, when the energy is flowing, you feel good. And that's what I think everybody's looking for, right? That's accessing that place of inner peace. So I invite you to come in and work with us here at Crystal and Awakened and experience the difference when your energetic systems are in alignment. Blessings, and we'll see you soon.